Secret Kalahari is a brand under Donkey Milk Industries company founded in 2016. They supply donkey milk and produce donkey milk products, which is scientifically proven to have health benefits. Secret Kalahari also manufactures pharmaceutical products such as purslane, pelo, emang basadi, joint right, and lingana capsules. Finding a niche in the dermatology industry, Secret Kalahari manufacture facial bar soap, exfoliating bar soap, moisturizing cream, age resolve cream, and under eye cream. Secret Kalahari products have been tested and possess certificate of origin. The company is in the process of exporting to the United States, European Union, the United Kingdom, and SADC countries.
Welcome back to the #PushABW A Re Chengcheng show. I am your host, Sean Mongatane. This week, we continue with our quest for inspiration and knowledge in the world of local entrepreneurship, where we will hear stories of perseverance and success from local homegrown enterprises that are slowly changing lives by creating opportunities for employment and participating in the important work of building and growing the local economy. Tonight, I have one such individual and visionary founder from Donkey Milk Industries and the brand Secret Kalahari, Mr. Johannes Visagie. Mr. Visagie, good evening and welcome once again to the #PushABW A Re Chengcheng show.
Good evening, Sean.
Right, Mr. Visagie, let's kick off the conversation this evening with finding out the man behind Donkey Milk Industries and the Secret Kalahari. Who is Mr. Visagie?
My name is Johannes Visagie. I'm an indigenous scientist from Verda. I graduated from the University of Life.
Aha. And let's talk a little bit about the brand Secret Kalahari and the company Donkey Milk Industries. Just tell us a little bit about these two.
Donkey Milk Industry came about when I was doing donkey milk only. Mm-hmm. But then looking into the Kalahari and my journey, indigenous journey, I found that the Kalahari has more than just donkey milk. So that's why I have the brand, you see that tree over the brand.
Right.
That is an umbrella, and then Secret Kalahari on the side. So things go deeper and deeper. So we have the secret within the secret. And that's how the brand came about. It's not just about donkey milk. It's indigenous knowledge and products and ingredients that are hidden. That is why I say it's a secret within the secret.
Beautiful stuff. And so what inspired Mr. Visagie from, taking down the unbeaten path of commercializing indigenous knowledge? Because not a lot of times, I think commercialization of indigenous knowledge is a relatively new thing in this country. So what took you down that unbeaten path of commercializing the indigenous knowledge?
When I was very young, I was always intrigued by the age of my people within my family. They lived for a very long time. And I had that quest to find out, what is it? So I started exploring, and I found out that one of the things that they used was donkey milk. Mm-hmm. I did my research on donkey milk and so forth. And there are also other herbal things that they were using. So that was my path, trying to find out this longevity. Where does it come from? People living to 100, 101. The longest in my family lived up to 109.
Oh, wow.
And at 100, you can still have a conversation like what we are having right now.
Right.
And these things was not just about the longevity, but it was also the mind. Why is the mind still so clear? There must be something that they are doing or eating that brings out that thing.
That heightened cognitive functioning.
Heightened that cognitive function.
Yes.
And a lot of things I learned when those days when we went hunting or so forth, just listening to the conversations of the elders. You pick up a lot of things from those conversations that leads you forward. It's a progressive path if you pick up what they're saying.
Aha. Because our follow-up question was going to be why donkey milk, but then I realized you've just covered as to why the donkey milk. So product development, you know, figuring out now that you've, as an indigenous scientist, tracked this longevity to the donkey milk, why, how did you begin making products around donkey milk?
It came from the fact that when we were young and you have a scratch, my mother would take donkey milk and wash the wound.
Ah.
And then if you use cow milk, because cow milk's got a lot of bacteria, donkey milk doesn't. Donkey milk heals. And then it brought me to think that donkey milk must be having a lot of cosmetic properties. So that is where the thing started. And also, I was encouraged because when I was 13 years old, my mother was a soap maker.
Aha.
So she would have the fat, and I was the one stirring, and she would take lye, and then sota, and then take a cup and put in, and measure it with the eye, and stir. It's okay, a little bit more. That part I did not inherit because I still used the scale.
Yes.
And then when it came to now the herbal stuff, she had a flat stone and a round stone. I was the one grinding these things. So that I treasure it. That moments with her, she's no more there.
Oh, yes.
May her soul rest
May
in
her
peace.
soul rest in peace.
I treasure that because that is part of my journey.
Yes, Mr. Visagie. Now let's get to the products. Part of this journey led to products that were developed from this passion, from this observation as an indigenous scientist. Let's talk about the kind of products that you have under the umbrella or the brand Secret Kalahari. What do we make?
I started off with just selling donkey milk, and that was an uphill battle. With the stigma around donkey, it was an uphill battle. But I never gave up. Like, for instance, somebody asked me, have you ever been to Lobati? I said, now, what is happening? From the donkey's milk, we started producing the soap. And then from the soap, when we started finding out that the soap not just cleanses your skin, it also keeps it glowing.
Aha.
So they are the beauty part of the thing. And from the soap, we went on to the other cosmetics like creams, lotions, and gels.
Right. Let me stop you right there, Mr. Visagie, and we'll be back on the other side of this from a quick commercial break, as we will be continuing our conversation with the founder of Donkey Milk Industries and the Secret Kalahari brand.
People are so into scientific evidence that we forget that the scientific evidence comes from the indigenous knowledge.
All right. We're back from our quick break, ladies and gentlemen. The conversation is with Mr. Johannes Visagie, who is the founder of Donkey Milk Industries and the brand Secret Kalahari. We'll be continuing our conversation with him as where we left it off. Mr. Visagie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Right, Mr. Visagie, when we went to break a few moments back, we were talking about the product offering that you have developed out at the Secret Kalahari. But before we get in depth into the products, I want to start with this question here. Is it a difficult thing commercializing indigenous knowledge?
Yes, indeed, it is a difficult thing commercializing it, because what is happening, people are so into scientific evidence, that we forget that the scientific evidence comes from the indigenous knowledge.
Right.
So that is why I said it's a bit difficult.
Aha. So getting back into, the conversation from the product standpoint, we were talking about, the kinds of products that you guys have developed and made, and we maybe want to focus just on your key 3 products, I think your flagship products that you have a lot of faith into them, as to what are the benefits of the products that you make at Secret Kalahari.
We have one of the products here. It's a donkey milk soap.
Yes.
This product, it cleanses the skin and it conditions the skin at the same time.
Oh, wonderful.
So we made this one, and then we have another one called the exfoliating bar. The exfoliating bar, it gently exfoliates the skin.
Right.
So what is happening, you are having something that cleanses, conditions, and exfoliating. So we've got cleansing, conditioning in the soap. Here we've got an extra exfoliating all at the same time, but in a very gentle way. These are the 2 flagship products. Then when we come to the supplements,
right,
we have what we call Joint Right. This is donkey milk infused with indigenous herbs. So as you can see, the name is Joint Right. So I call this Joint Right, knowing from my indigenous knowledge that this helps with knee pains, lower back pain, and all those things, So when I went to test this product,
right,
this is what I came out with. It's called Joint Right. Can I just put my glasses on?
Yes. Thank you, Mister.
So the Joint Right, the analysis of just Joint Right, it says this is anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, analgesic, it means it lowers pain. And then it says decreases joint pain, lowers cholesterol, and helps vision in the elderly. So this is exactly what the indigenous knowledge. So I was not shocked when this came on, because I already knew
Yes.
this, Then we have another one. Here is a endorsement by the cardiac clinic. This is an endorsement of donkey milk, because donkey milk is very good for your heart health.
Aha. Thank you so much. So these are very supportive supplements that you have, or products that you have, that are beneficial to the human body internally and externally. Let's talk about, I wanted to actually delve into the kind of certifications and testing that you've done, but you've covered it very beautifully. So let's talk about the challenges that you faced as an industry, entering into the pharmaceutical space, entering into your soap and exfoliating bars, because we know this is an industry that is a bit congested, to say the least.
This is actually a new industry.
Ah.
So what is happening, once the scientific confirmation of our products has been done, it became a little bit easier, because before it was just taken as a myth, that what I'm saying is just something that I make up. But then when the scientific confirmation came about, people are now attracted to this. And you find that it is mostly the people that wants to go back to basics, because people are tired of this heavy chemical-laden products, facial products and things like that. So there's a lot of attraction. I put the shampoo bar, I have a shampoo bar, and the soap on Amazon just to test run it. And the reviews were very good. And then what we did, we also did now the certificate of origin for AGOA, the UK, SADC, and the European Union. So our products, we are in the process of scaling up. So our products will enter those markets tariff-free. And we are just looking forward to that.
Oh, wow. So this is quite an exciting point, I think, in your business journey. Before we go to a quick commercial break, I wanted to maybe find out from you, what are the key things that you wish you knew before you ventured out into business, to this point when you started making these products?
I have been in business before I started this. I went bankrupt, and that was my key turning point. If I didn't go bankrupt, I wouldn't be where I am in an industry that I am so passionate about. So that pushed me into this because I had to make a living.
Yes.
And I had to find out, and I found out that I have what it takes.
Right. And I think this is a very key thing. You know, it describes where you got your motivation and inspiration. I think one of the questions that I like asking entrepreneurs such as yourself is, where did you get the fire? How did you manage to maintain the fire? Obviously, a need to feed yourself was part of it, but how did you manage to maintain the fire and passion behind creating Donkey Milk Industries and the brand Secret Kalahari?
In 2016, I wrote myself a check for 1 billion pula, and I still have that check there on the wardrobe. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I see it. When I go to bed, I see it. So when there are challenges on the way, you go down on all the things. And when I look at my billion pula check, I say, no, I cannot fail. That's where I want to go to. But it was not so in terms of money. What I came to realize with that also, I looked at the need in society. Like, for instance, when I took the joint right, and I wanted to do what we call marketing to see where will this thing go. Will it be sold?
Right.
So what I did, I took a book and a pen. When I saw elderly people crippling, I put a point. In 2 hours.
Right. Very interesting stuff, Mr. Visagie. I want to stop you right there and take us to a quick commercial break where we will be continuing our conversation on the other side of this in terms of the benefits of, you know, using Donkey Milk products.
Now we're going to upscale now. Now here is where the real journey comes, because now you're going out there to compete with the best of the best. And ours is not about price. First thing, have the best quality. Second, have a better quality. Third, quality. So it's quality, quality, quality. Quality will dictate whether you fall out of the market or you stay in the market. But I think from the feedback that I'm getting from reviews from people doing this, I'm on the right track. But I'm listening to what people say.
Right. Back from commercial break, we're still in conversation with Mr. Johannes Visagie, the founder of Donkey Milk Industries and the brand Secret Kalahari, having a conversation behind the products and the effectiveness of Donkey Milk as a product. Mr. Visagie, before we went to break, we were in conversation about, you know, what inspired or where were you with regards to your products, and you were talking about joints and pains and looking at what the market was dictating.
Yes, like I said, you know, when you are going into this kind of business, you don't chase after the money. Look at what are the needs of society. If you can fulfill those needs, society will reward you. So that is exactly what I'm doing now. And with this product that I have, a lot of people I've got now on my Facebook page, which is also Secret Kalahari, I have 20,000 followers. And now, since they liked what I'm doing, now I try to convert now.
Yes.
To get these people to buy. Now with people coming up and saying, giving feedback, reviews, this is now where the flow of money is starting.
All right.
But we continue to educate the public about what we have And we made the effort of spending quite a bit of money to test these products thoroughly at international market. So our products are tested at international standard. We can sell them anywhere in the world.
Beautiful stuff. And what would you say is the most pivotal support that you feel a business such as yourself, with its sights on the global markets as its playground, what do you think would be the kind of support that your operation would need to reach these very lofty aspirations?
The biggest support we need is now to market this product beyond the Botswana borders. Because here we are, we've got a very small population, but we are surrounded by so many millions of people. The whole world is out there. And we're working with BITC, now coming onto the marketing side.
Right.
We are going to be funded by Botswana Innovation Fund. That's now we're going to upscale now. Now here is where the real journey comes, because now you going out there to compete with the best of the best. And ours is not about price. First thing, have the best quality. Second, have a better quality. Third, quality. So it's quality, quality, quality. Quality will dictate whether you fall out of the market or you stay in the market. But I think from the feedback that I'm getting from reviews of people doing this, I'm on the right track. But I'm listening to what people say.
Aha. And what kind of attitude or behavior would you define as key to building out a business that is destined for successes that are beyond your wildest imaginations?
You must be passionate about what you do and believe in what you do. If you have doubts about what you do, people will learn about your doubts and doubt you. So know that you have the best product. Make sure you have the best product. Test it, and once you have the right quality, you will stay in the market. But don't take shortcuts. Like the product has been tested at that quality. Don't mess up with that product. Keep it at the standard. What you could do, make it even better. But do not take a shortcut and think you will get away with it.
And how would you say how important would you say is it to invest in consumer education and teaching your customers about the benefits of your products?
It is very important, and I'm actually right now I'm doing a documentary on my indigenous journey.
Right.
As we speak now, this is part of our indigenous journey, and we keep on educating people daily. On our Facebook page, we tell the stories that you see videos on our Facebook page, Secret Kalahari, telling about my indigenous journey. We are going to bring up a documentary that will highlight the indigenous knowledge that we have, and we are sharing our secrets with the world.
Beautiful stuff. Is it a difficult thing following your own advice and plans? Because from what you've been describing, you have a plan, you have a vision that will allow you to reach the successes that you so desperately seek. Is it a difficult thing to listen to this advice or follow it?
What is happening, first of all, listen to yourself, believe in yourself, but also try and get a mentor that will not talk things to you just to please you.
All right.
That will critically criticize you. So have a mentor. You might not always be right. And then be advised and check. But the final decision of the journey has to be taken by you.
All right.
You can get advice from friends, from mentors, but the final decision is yours. If it goes wrong, don't blame anybody. Blame you, because you had the final say.
And be confident in following that final say.
Be confident in what you do. Because in this indigenous journey of commercializing indigenous products,
right,
you have to be passionate about what you do, because passion is more important than knowledge, because that passion will attract knowledge. Because I hear people say knowledge is power. knowledge is not power. What you do with the knowledge, that's where the power comes. You fuse that knowledge in with the passion that you have, and the sky is the limit.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And as we're working our way towards the end of our conversation, I want to maybe just take a moment to find out what you think are the key ingredients that would make for a successful business. I know you described ensuring quality in your product. I know you've described passion as a key factor. But, you know, for you and speaking to the businesses at home, what would you say is the key ingredients that's managed to keep you to this point?
Be humble. Being humble is very important. Don't change because you made a 50,000 or 100,000. Because when you are humble, everybody looks up to you. But when you start having different kind of attitudes, it will stray. It will take you off the path. So the biggest thing, be humble, be happy, and most of all, be grateful. You know, gratitude is very important in business, in life. If you make a little and you are grateful for that, you will be grateful as the business grows. But when you become ungrateful, it leads to greed. So if you are humble, you are grateful, and you are confident,
surely success will follow.
Success will follow.
Thank you so much, Mr. Visagie. I think the last question, if we've got about 30 seconds for this final question, looking into the future, where would Mr. Visagie like to see Donkey Milk Industries and the brand Secret Kalahari in the future?
In the future, I will cash that check.
You cash that 1 billion Pula check.
I will cash that check. That's where, then I know, then I will not be woken up by hunger anymore.
Yes.
I'll be woken up by the tax man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Visagie. And on that very beautiful and inspirational note, this is how we come to the end of our program. Join us again next week as we continue to unfold more homegrown stories following their journeys towards success. Thank you so much for joining us. Till we meet again, goodbye.